Welcome back to SwitchedOn Racing and episode 2 of the career mode on Motorsport Manager, the new game on the Nintendo Switch. And if you remember, in the first round we got a tremendous first place for Jack White and an excellent place for the rookie Takuma Ito coming in fourth. So the next round we move on to Cape Town in South Africa. I couldn't remember at the end of the last video where it was, but it's Cape Town. So we're looking at the critical car parts at the bottom on this track. Looks like a road circuit. And we're going to need a front wing, braking, and I think that's a gearbox. Looks like a gear, doesn't it? So we'll go with gearbox. So we need to concentrate on front wing, which I think we can get. So I believe we look down here. Oh, by the way, we started a supply network. We'll talk about this a little bit more as they pop up. But basically, you get this kind of, I don't know if it's like a skill tree or a bonus tree, but you start at a logistics hub. So we started here. Doesn't tell you where it is. I think it is somewhere in Spain, possibly. Anyway, you sort of then expand out from there, picking up these little hubs, and they give you bonuses. And then if you collect enough of the bonuses, you get, or you unlock supply bonuses. So you can see basically here, for this hub, if we unlock one plane, then we will unlock bonus one, which will be $100,000 per race. And we're actually working on that now. If you see the little branch coming off of our hub, here we're working on this plane, Vienna air freight, and take different amount of times to do. You can, in mobile gaming style, you can spend some of your influence to rush that and get that done straight away, but we're probably just going to let this one run for the next week. And once we unlock that, oh, have I just cancelled it? Ugh, damn it. Once we unlock that Vienna air freight, this will unlock bonus one for our hub, and we will have access to $100,000 income per race. And then you see the next one up, bonus 2 from that, gives us a drivability bonus. But we need 2 trucks, 2 ships, and 2 planes. So it'll be quite a while before we unlock that. But you can unlock other hubs and get access to their sort of first level bonuses. So we will do that as the game goes on. Next thing to look at, sponsors for the next race. We need a new race sponsor. So these give you bonuses per race depending on your finish. Actually, the race bonuses, sorry, are just given to you per race. It's the other sponsors that require certain achievements in races. So these are just literally money for racing. So we've got 2 to choose from. We've got Maxwell's Beer and Shake Airways. So Shake Airways will give us 500,000 up front, 450 a race. I think it's a no-brainer. We go with them. And we also get 8 influence points, which we may use in the coming weeks. And our bank balance goes up to just under $6.5 million. And you see rather nicely, when you unlock the new sponsor, it gets added to the livery of the car. You can't really see it, it's just on the top of the engine intake at the top, the air intake, but it is there. So that's that sorted. Supply network sorted, sponsors are sorted, headquarters. And we didn't really look at this last week, but you can, again, it's kind of a skill tree. It costs money to start unlocking these, but you basically got a financial tree which branches off this way, and the first one there gives you a public relations team and gives you more sponsor appeal. So if you want to go a more financial route, you can go this way and unlock bonuses all the way down the tree. Won't look at everyone. This is for drivers development. So this is if you want to go on a more drivers base. So if you want to improve your drivers, maybe get some younger rookies in or some drivers that need training up, then you'd concentrate on this skill tree, go down this one and use the buffs to your drivers if you're not confident that your car will get you good results. Apologies, still getting used to the controls a little bit. And this skill tree going upwards is for part development, so you get discounts of parts. And I think this is the one we're going to go with. So upcoming race needs brake and suspension, so we're going to get to work on this facility straight away. So we'll go with the brakes facility. Permanently unlocks the ability to build brakes through part development. So we will go buy that upgrade. That's 1.5 million. Take us down to about $5 million. And it's going to be right shiny, apparently, according to the builder. So that's something to look forward to. When we unlock this one in one race's time, we then get access to designer or design center, and then so on and on it goes as you unlock these various bonuses and buffs. I think you can have two running at the same time. So we've got the ride handling center that gives permanent ability to build suspension. So we're going to go for that one as well, and we can be working on suspension and brakes for the upcoming races. So that can be ticking away in the background. And then let's have a look at parts. So we need a new front wing, and we can probably get that built in time for the South Africa race. So our three engineers, stage 1, Armando Solano, can't talk tonight. Either give us plus 11 performance bonus or 4% reliability bonus, but we'll go with the performance. And then Lee Hong Hee, she can give us 10% reliability. And then Paul Sorby, I think we'll go with the reliability. See how that comes out. So that all goes into a big mixing pot. They build the part, and then a little bit of random number gets added to it, and we end up with a new part that we can look at in 1 week. So we're building the brakes and suspension facilities in our HQ, and once they're built, we'll be able to build ourselves suspension and brakes. We can buy new suspension and new brakes. Our car is currently the 6th best on the grid, so that's not good. So we definitely need to improve. You see the front wing's not particularly good, so that would definitely be something to focus on. But we're obviously building that front wing. You only build one at a time, so we'll only be able to apply it to one car. And Takuma Ito's front wing is awful, so he may be getting that newly built part. So this is where a bit of the strategy comes in. Do you give the better parts to your number 1 driver, or do you try and bring your second driver up to the same sort of level? Be a decision we'll have to make. We can go to buy parts. And we haven't got too much more money left. Won't be able to go too crazy, but this is a nice front wing here. Look, it's a plus 24 performance and a plus 33% reliability. So it's $1.8 million, but that's decent. Now you get these things as well, these mods that aren't exactly parts, but you can apply them to the parts. So it costs $600,000. We'll apply it to our front wing and just basically get a 15 performance boost and a 15% reliability boost. So this might be something we could do. Well, we're building a front wing anyway. Let's see if that gets finished in time, actually. Let's push the week on. And we should be expecting that front wing before the race weekend. So we've lost a couple of sponsors, but there we go, the front wing's done. So it's just a little tutorial here about the front wing. So its stats have come out 22% better performance than expected and 10% improvement on reliability than was expected, so that's good. So then who do we fit it to? I think we put it on Takuma Ito's car and then we buy the other front wing. Or is that really bad financially? Because we can build our own, so it seems silly to spend our money. Let's put it on Jack White's car, as he's the #1 driver. And there we go. So that's improved his car quite a bit. And Ito's front wing isn't good. You can swap the parts between the cars, so we could always swap them over, but obviously no point in doing that. Now, is there any point in buying that front wing mod? Might buy that as like a sticky plaster for Ito's car for this race. I'm going to apply it to his front wing. Still not great, but it gives us that reliability, so that keeps him happy. There we go. Right, let's crack on and get to this race weekend. So, we didn't get any other sponsors, did we? Right, let's have a look at our race sponsors. So, these are bonus sponsors, and they will give you bonus money if you meet the goals that they set. So, the Big Dough wants us to finish 16th or above in race or qualifying, and they will pay us $100,000 if we do that. $700,000 up front. I mean, we're basically always going to finish 18th or above, I would have thought. So for 6 races, that gives us what? $450,000, $900,000. We're probably going to finish 16th or above as well. So this is probably the better deal overall. 700 up front, and then 4 races of 100,000 will get us $1.1 million. So we'll take the big dough, take the big cash. See, they go on the front wing now. And then Squilado Games want to give 250 up front. So they want us to be 4th or above. That's quite an ask, but given Jack White's performance, and they've got a 4 rated sponsor quality, which attracts more sponsors. Yeah, I think we're going to take a punt on Squilado Games. Very nice. Okay, so now we can choose from one of the 3. So we probably go with Squilado and hedge our bets on finishing 4th or above. You can only choose one. We'll go with Squilado. And here we are, South Africa. Let's get a look at the track. Yeah, so it looks like a very urban track, street track. Should be interesting. Table Mountain is a fraud. I climbed up it the other day and didn't see a single table anywhere. So, low speed corners around the track, switched on racing cars will be expected to do well. Well, okay. You can't really, as a manager, in quotes, I can't really influence that. Like, on the PC version, you've obviously, it's a little bit deeper in terms of gameplay, so you get access to setups and practice sessions and stuff like that, which you can't really get here. I mean, there's not much I can do to really influence this race in terms of a setup for the track. But let's have a look at Jack. So his mechanic has got 12 skill points, so he can risk going with this one, using a legal part. That's cost us 8 skill points, and we could probably not going to risk busting that. We'll probably stick with that. Qualifying, so ultra soft is the best and only realistic option we've got. So there goes White in the blue switched on car. And he's going on his outlap, so while he's doing that, Let's set up Ito. So he's only got 7 skill points. So we can't risk this card here, which could possibly cost us 17 points and bust us straight away. So we'll use this 6% card, which will only cost us a maximum of 4 skill points. And it's actually only cost us 1, so that's excellent. Now then, do we take the risk here of potentially busting? We may as well. It's cost us 6, and we sneak it, but we don't quite meet the 0.1 second bonus on the left hand side there, so that's unfortunate. Again, Ito on Ultra Softs, and he'll go out and start his qualifying lap. Let's see how Jack's getting on his out lap. Quite a nice track this. I like the look of this. And here we go, starts his flying lap. Keep an eye on those 3 colour blocks next to his name. If it's green, it's his personal best. If it's pink, it's the best on the track. So he's the fastest on the track at the moment. Sharma's just put the fastest lap in, and White, well, he's stuck it on pole with 2 great second sectors, and Ito has actually done the fastest first sector than anyone on the track. This is going to be interesting. Ito goes second with a monster lap, and this young rookie in basically not as good a car as Jack White has put it within 0.6 of a second of the #1 driver. Excellent. So 5 minutes to go in the session, and again we've got front row lockout. But Mello in 3rd place is only 0.06 of a second off of Ito's time. So we'll keep an eye. Everyone's in the pits at the moment that matter anyway. Okay, Mello's going back out, so let's just keep a close eye on his sector times. If we can see his sector times actually. Can't. As we go to live timings. I don't know how live they actually are. Don't seem to be moving. So it's a bit disappointing. So we can't see his actual timing. Just gonna have to wait till he crosses the line. Everybody's out on track now. So Mello didn't improve his time. He's on his in lap. So Turton is the next one we need to look out for. Sharma as well was quite fancied for this race, I think. Coming to the end of the session, we won't be going back out again. And, oh, Hedges sticks it on the front row in 2nd place, knocks Ito down to 3rd. From out of nowhere. Hedges and White will start from the front. Well, Jack White's 2nd successive pole position earns us $450,000 from the sponsor. And that's very welcome. But Wayne Hedges, Ravensburg Autosport car, gets within 0.5 of Jack White's time. And Takuma Ito pushed out. So if we finish 4 above again, get another 450. Get ready for the race so the weather's fair. Look at Wayne Hedges' hairdo. Oh. So White, Hedges, Ito and Milo make up the front 2 rows. Sharma will certainly be one to look out for. in the Archer BMR, starting in 6th. And Katrine Fellner in the Stonebridge class, she had a good race in the first one, I believe. So, and Nasser too, he was pushing us. So, a couple of drivers further down the track that need to be keep a close eye on. So, let's have a look at the tyres. We're expecting good weather for the whole race. 22 lap race, short track. Now, we could probably start on softs. Well, let's start on ultra softs, get a good start, a good lead from pole, and then we'll try and go to 7 laps on those, and then see out the race on softs. So we won't be using the super soft, so we don't need that bonus. We'll go to 10% mechanic bonus, and that'll unlock a second mechanic bonus for us for the next race. Now Ito starting 3rd, he's slightly different lap times on his tyres. Let's put him on a slightly staggered strategy. Let's start him on the super softs. See how that goes. So we want a quick start for Jack, and Ito can just start on neutral. I would improve his relationship actually rather than take the bonus. So we're all set up and ready for 22 quick laps of South Africa, waiting for the green light, and Jack White off the front, and we need him to pull away. Ito pushing for 2nd, and he's actually dropping down the field. White leaves them round this tricky roundabout section. It looks like carnage. And Ito has dropped right back to 11th, 13th, 14th. He is falling down the grid. What's happening with Ito? Has he got a problem? He's going backwards. Bit of inexperience there from the youngster. But meanwhile, Jack White doing exactly what we wanted. Pulling out a lead on those ultra soft tyres. He's in that high fuel mode at the moment. Just to get a bit of a lead, we're going to drop that fuel load down to medium. Now he's got the lead. Let's see if he can hold it out in front. Takes the fastest lap. And Ito is just struggling in that pack. While he's in that pack, let's get him conserving those tyres. Hopefully come strong later in the race. But no such problems for Jack White. Pulling out 4.5 second lead. Excellent drive so far. This is brilliant stuff. And the chicane. Tyre wear looks good. This is all going to plan so far. Ito, his day isn't going to plan. Alright, let's pause this because I think Ito don't know whether to put him on a different strategy. Definitely struggling. Right, let's leave him out one more lap and then we're going to bring him in. Let him go past the start finish line one more time. White's asking for tyres. Right, Ito can come in and go on the softs and try and make those last. And we'll keep an eye on White's tyres. He's struggling now. So he's done 9 laps. He's done more than we expected. Let's see if we can see the race out on the softs. There is rain expected right at the end of the race, so that's interesting. Okay. Basically, he's going to need to conserve these tyres a little bit for the rest of this lap. Ito is in the pits and done his stop, and White makes it on 1% of his tyres left, and he can come out and attack for a lap. Rejoins in third. He's behind Sharma and Turton in the lead. Both of those will be pitting on this lap, I imagine. Indeed, White retakes the lead. 9 seconds clear of Kozlowski. And in fact, we can just put him back on neutral aggression. In the meantime, Ito is just absolutely having a disaster at the back of the field. He was conserving his tyres for a few laps, so we're going to... Ito attacking a little bit more, but unfortunately we can't worry too much about him. We've got a dilemma. So it's started to rain and White wants to come in for intermediates from first place. 9 laps to go, and the rain is scheduled to pick up, so we're going to have to go with the driver's feelings on this, and we're going to have to swap onto inters. So an unwanted stop. Ito wants inters as well. And we can bring him in now. Jack White's had his stop. We'll bring Ito in for inters. And actually, as his race is pretty much done anyway, let's repair Ito's car for the next race. So White, second place. He's on inters. Everyone around him still on ultra soft, so you expect they'll be coming in pretty soon. Turton stays out on these ultra softs. White's reeling him in quickly. And you expect Turton into the pits now. Indeed he is, and White retakes the lead on his inters. 6 laps to go. And Jack White 24 seconds clear. I'm going to go into low engine mode for a little while just to ensure that we make that, because we're behind on fuel at the moment. But Jack White, just imperious drive at the front, 25 seconds clear of second place. Superb. Ito beginning to creep his way up the field as well. Although he's on a particularly aggressive driving style. Could cost him tyres. Ito already asking for fresh tyres. 2 laps to go. He'll be fine to leave out. But Jack White is what we're talking about. 27-second lead over second place. It's been a superb drive. Well managed by driver and team. And he wants to move into a higher engine mode, but we don't need to worry about that. Cruising away at the front. We don't need to stress. In fact, we'll turn down his driving style as well. Just make sure we get to the finish with no incident. And as he comes round to take the checkered flag, oh, it's the last flag, the last lap. I thought that was the final lap, but we're on the final lap now. 22 seconds. He's losing that lead because we've toned down his driving style, but he's fine. Ito creeping around. With no tyres left, but Jack White crossed the line. 19 seconds in front of second place. Superb drive. 2 wins on the spin for him. Ito comes across in 19th. That's not a good finish. He only finished 19th because Hedges retired. But there we go. First place bonus from the sponsors, $450,000. Jack White, 2 stops for those Inters on lap 9. Pretty much standard across the board. Brilliant stuff. Some drivers actually switched to wets there at the end, so that's interesting. But there we go. 25 points for SwitchedOn Racing. Excellent stuff. 2 races, 2 wins. 11 points clear of the Stonebridge Speedsters. And Jack White himself, 14 points clear of Eduardo Mello. And Jack tweeting out there that his car felt great and mechanics are doing an awesome job. That's what we want to hear. Happy drivers. So, simulating the other championships now, and of course if you saw my previous video in the week, we edited Formula 1 to have all the correct drivers in, so it makes it a bit nicer now. So look at this screen with Hamilton, Vettel and Verstappen, the top 3, which is really nice and realistic. So Hamilton, Vettel, Verstappen, Ricciardo in the Renault, finishing a great 4th there. Bottas, Hulkenberg, and at the bottom of the field, Sergio Perez, Giovinazzi, Albon and Raikkonen. So some bigger names towards the bottom. Maybe they retired, but yeah, really nice to edit this team in, or this series in, sorry, with these realistic drivers and cars. And yeah, you can see there. I'll probably in the week we'll be editing the division that we're in, probably make that Formula 2, and then the next series up, Formula E, next series IndyCar. So I'll see how far through those I get. So the drivers may look a little bit different for the next video. So here we are post race, like this RPG system. We've got Jack White has earned a point to spend. Had a good interview, so he's got 1-2 sponsor appeal, which helps us get better sponsors. And Ito got +1 to all his stats. And there's the balance sheet for the race. So SwitchedOn Racing have established a permanent transportation hub at Vienna Air Freight. Motorsport teams will do anything to keep their edge. You better believe it. So here we go. We get that plane icon added to our hub, which unlocks this bonus number 1. And then you have to activate it. Do we want to activate the bonus? Yes, we do. So we get $100,000 per race. So where we go from here, we can either attempt to unlock more planes, or we can head towards one of these other freight bases. So as we've unlocked Vienna, so we're heading into Russia maybe. Yeah, Minsk freight depot. So we can unlock a lorry. It's going to take 2 races to get that hub agreed and sorted out. So next one, HQ upgrade. The brakes facility is now built, so we can now build our own brakes. And this will be the suspension upgrade. So the ride handling center permanently unlocks the ability to build suspension. So that's excellent. And we'll call that a day. We'll carry on in the next video. We'll have another quick look, a bit like we did at the start of this video. We'll have a quick look around anything that needs tweaking admin wise. So new sponsors, have a look at the new parts being built, and we'll start preparing for the Bahrain Grand Prix halfway through the series, round 3 of 6. See if Jack White can keep up his winning streak. But until then, I will bid you all farewell. Thanks very much for watching. If you like this video, subscribe below. That would be really gratefully received. Thank you very much. And I will see you on the next Switched On Racing video. See you later, guys.